Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us once again. If you've lived long enough, chances are you've lost someone to something like cancer.
It was a definite game changer for one woman I met. She's made it her mission to prevent that kind of pain. What it takes, she says, is a commitment to raising seed money for bigger research to find treatments and cures. And she says she is proof that anybody can do it.
This is the night of her and I going to a Bengals game.
Susan Hunt has only pictures of her best friend, Beth.
It's just different now. She was too young. We should have had another 20 years.
Pancreatic cancer robbed them of precious time.
This is you.
That's me and that's Beth.
That's Beth.
It hurts, but Beth's diagnosis sent Susan on a mission.
Because I don't want any other family to go through this.
She created an all-volunteer group called Give Hope. In a quest to fight the cancer that threatened, then took Beth's life, it raises seed money for research.
Every researcher needs to get preliminary data. And the big cancer institutes and big foundations want to see your preliminary data. Well, it's hard to get money to do that.
This gives birth to the idea
That's
that
correct.
could save a life.
Could save a lot of lives.
On the flip side, no seed money could mean a bright idea dies. You need the data for bigger grant funding that makes new drugs, new approaches possible.
Bench to bedside. That means bench. These benches behind us are the laboratory benches, and that's where every idea begins, that's where every drug begins, and then eventually, with enough time and resource, it gets to the bedside, which means gets to the patient.
Dr. Syed Ahmad and researcher Vladimir Bogdanov from the UC Cancer Institute live the process. They say Give Hope has really helped with the dollars to get things going in pancreas cancer research at UC.
So now we can go ahead and actually do much more significant studies to hopefully forward this to clinical trials.
If it means best friends get more time together, Susan says being part of an event and raising a little money, it's worth it. That's what Give Hope does in Beth's memory. Susan finds inspiration in a plaque from her bestie.
It says, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do.
In this case, $1 at a time.
Susan says the seed money that Give Hope has raised has generated almost $2 million in research funding for pancreatic cancer at UC. Bigger picture now, because other organizations raise seed money. I spoke with the Senior Associate Dean for Research at the UC College of Medicine. She told me on average, after 3 years, they get $35 for every $1 in seed money. So pretty significant.
Absolutely.